Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back down under the mat. We are here today to review Slam Pro Wrestling League show, the 8th of February at the UC Refectory, the Slam Rumble. Perfect time of the year to do it as well, 1 week after the Royal Rumble. So it's just that time of year, you know?
It
Rumble's
is.
going on left, right, and centre.
It is, and I like to see that we possibly had a surprise winner of the Slam Rumble too. No spoilers, we'll get to there, but
We'll get there eventually.
it was a very interesting Rumble match.
It was very stacked Rumble match itself. I think the card was fantastic as well. We had great competitors from all across the country come grace us with their presence and wrestling skills and prowess.
Yep.
It's a great night, fun night. Kicking off the night.
Well, before we kick off the night, you were right into it.
Oh, you're just stretching.
Just stretching. It was a late night we had, so we're a little tired.
Until after midnight.
I just wanted to talk about the set that we put together for Slam.
The set, okay.
And all of the cool little things that we've gotten. Obviously, we've got our shirts.
You're a mug.
Tuckman from the Dropouts.
We've got our mug.
He's a mug.
Of the mug.
It's because this bloke, these bloody cards, bloody Bronson. And if you want, we can talk about the first match of the night now that we've sort of touched on the Slam and all the other fun bits. And we've got, Mikey and things around the back. But Reece, please show us traps. Get it up for the man behind me. Opening the night, the Slam Heavyweight Championship match.
Which I was kind of surprised about, to be honest, opening the night.
Mate, if you ain't first, you're last.
I thought our mate Mikey.
Mikey is known for the first match on these cards.
I just expected it to happen, but we were graced with the presence of our Slampion.
Our Slampion. The most reputable wrestler in Australia.
Dan Archer.
The top of the PWI Down Under.
Pro Wrestling Down Under.
Yep.
Top 80 wrestlers in Australia.
Number one.
Dan Archer. Much deserved.
I can't argue with that.
No, absolutely not. Beat out the likes of Ricky South, Caveman Ugg, Tommy Knight, Robbie Eagles.
Yep.
The list goes on and on.
Damian Slater.
Jimmy Townsend, who faced Grayson Waller this year.
All of them were behind our boy Dan.
Our boy Dan. On top of the wrestling mountain in Australia. Congratulations.
I reckon that's just because of the mohawk.
Yeah.
That's why he's on top. He's that little bit taller. That's what does it. Don't lose the hair, Dan. Just quietly.
Can you imagine if he comes out like me one day? Just full ball?
No, I can't.
Because the mohawk, it's been there the whole time.
You don't even grows it out and gets long hair. Nah, don't do it. No, just it's part of the character.
Just keep it.
Keep it. Yeah.
Regardless of how thin it gets over time. I used to have similar hairstyle at one point when I had better hair. And it does thin out when you shave it. It's just you nick a little bit shit, now I gotta
That's a bit shorter. Yeah. Oh no.
I get you. I get your frustrations.
Our mate Greg, because he loves listening and watching our podcasts and was with us at the Slam Rumble. Hey Greg, how you going?
With his son.
With Ethan, that's true. Greg used to sport it's possibly it's a very unique hairstyle. He had the double mohawk. Did you ever see Greg with a double mohawk?
I can picture it. I don't know if that's because I've seen pictures.
Dead set. I'm gonna while we talk now.
If you full Prodigy singer style.
If you Google double mohawk, I'm pretty sure that on the images is a picture of Greg at some point.
No way.
No, I'm not even joking. I swear.
No way.
There used to be a thing with. He's gonna hate that we're talking about this so much. But dead set.
Dan,
if you
do you bring in the double mohawk? Do you bring it back? Dan Archer.
Do you reckon Dan could do it?
I reckon Dan could do it.
Yeah, do it. Double down. You're the champion now. Go for it.
Dare you?
All right. I'm going to keep trying to Google. Let's talk about the match itself because he was up against the crowd favourite, not our favourite. Don't.
Hugh Beauty's pretty good.
Who Booty.
We just ribbing him a little bit. Telling him to go back to Adelaide. I can't really make fun of him for the team that he supports because I support the same team.
The Faders. I couldn't find the photo, Greg. You're lucky. Look,
great match.
Good opening match.
Dan almost a couple of times succumbed to the pure might of Hugh Beauty, but he was able to prevail.
He demanded his silence and was not given it by the very rude, raucous crowd that were there.
When are you going to learn? He needs absolute silence to show you his prowess and in-ring skill.
Again, a tip, Dan. I know you watch us. Stop going to the top rope, my guy.
Do it.
Every time you do it,
It's a very nice moonsault, but don't do it.
you miss. Just stop. Oh,
Ridiculous.
one day he will learn.
There was a part where the ref was
Incapacitated.
And Dan Archer got put in the square leg lock. And I don't know what everyone else saw, but I saw Dan fight and struggle, and he got to the rope, and he broke the hold,
Yep.
and he got out of it.
I saw Dan constantly using the mat with his hand for leverage, just to try and keep getting himself up.
Get himself up. I didn't see any tapping. I don't know what people are saying. I heard rumblings after the show was done. Dan tapped out.
Look, clearly, if the referee, despite being knocked out, if the referee was lying face down on the mat and could hear someone tapping, they'd know.
You can hear.
Didn't happen.
No, didn't happen. Dan was able to overcome. Clean and simple. Archer's paradox. 1, 2, 3.
You don't kick out of that.
Nothing suspicious happened whatsoever. Moving on. Our champion again, or still, Dan Archer. Next match, the former Slam champion, Luke Watts, faced who did he face?
Oh, what's his name?
I don't know. There were a lot of "Who are you?" chants in the crowd.
Which
we know Rocky Romero, very unfamiliar to the crowd at Slam, but he is a heavily long tenured Australian wrestler.
It's out of Adelaide.
Yes, out of
Right,
Adelaide.
City.
Go back to Melbourne. You're getting the same Tommy Knight treatment.
It's also Rocky Menero, but sure.
What did I say?
You said Romero. That was
Sorry,
he's
my
an
bad.
AEW, isn't he? Rocky Romero.
Yes.
Yeah, wrong guy.
Sorry.
We definitely started the "Who are you?" chants.
That was a bit of fun.
We thought was hilarious for us up in the bleachers watching from above. I found it quite funny when the rest of the crowd started chanting it too.
Yes.
So
Sorry.
we got that started. No, he was loving a bit of good heat. He
It was
obviously
really good because we were right behind the hard cam. So when the footage comes out, he'll be gesturing at the hard cam. So you're welcome for those
that
shots.
was us. Good heel heat, taking Luke's glasses and putting them on and wrestling in a bit of the match with that. That
I
was
reckon
quite a
he
nice
might have
touch.
pulled him off a little better.
Might have suited his
Sorry.
gear a bit more. Yeah, look, this was a good match. There were some really good spots in it. My constructive criticism to this was the fact that we were chanting "Who are you?" is because there was no promotion or anything of who Rocky was. And I think this match would have been improved 1,000% if, as he walked out, he had a microphone and he just had 20 or 30 seconds. He was walking to the ring to just say, "Hi, I'm Rocky Menero. I am Australia's greatest wrestler. I've never come to your scumtown Canberra because why would I need to come here? Your peasant champion, Luke Watts, is nothing and I will crush him like a bug. I'm better than all of you and then I will leave your town and I will never come back." Instant heat. Yeah. We all know who he is. Great. Get it on with. And I think that is probably one thing that I think Slam is missing is the mic work in and out of the ring.
Yeah.
Hard to do in something like a Rumble, but when you've got these one-on-one matches, especially with people that aren't established to the Slam local crowd,
Yeah, absolutely.
giving them a microphone for a little bit to get over or to cut a promo of some variety helps get the crowd invested in who they are. You look at the Backside Girls, right? Letting them sing when they did it at the last UC event when Kingsley was singing terribly, completely off key, and was like trying to irritate every single person.
We still love it.
But it worked because the crowd then booed her.
Yes.
This time they did the performance fun and the crowd cheered her. Yes. You give the wrestlers a chance to talk and the crowd to listen, instantly it creates more of a character. So I think despite this match being really good in between the ropes and everybody obviously loving Luke as the hope from the top rope, and him hitting a beautiful looking shooting star press to win this match.
Flawless, always.
Adding some depth to the characters that the local crowd don't know. And also, you can't assume that everybody that goes to the shows watches all the videos that people put up on Facebook and their Instagram stories and their reels. You kind of have to, unless you're showing all of that on video packages before the event starts, you need the people to know the characters. So I reckon if people had a 30-second promo as they walk into the ring to give a bit of character depth, I think that will improve the Slam product above what it is now, because the in-ring stuff is great.
Yeah, absolutely. Can't fault the in-ring work at all. Moving on to the next match, because Luke did hit that shooting star press and get the victory. We then moved on to Mikey Broderick versus our mug, Vinnie Bronson.
Now, this was because Vinny eliminated Mikey at the AIS from the Battle Royal, I'm pretty sure. Him and Josh. I believe that's where this beef started. Josh...
You've got a better memory than I do.
Yeah, thanks, Ben. Josh comes out with Vinny. We all know them. It's a whole lot of this. Vinny's a mug, calling everyone a lizard. You're a lizard, Vinny. Mikey comes out to his fantastic... You can set it back up. It's fine. His Parkway music, which I actually said, like, I love the song from Parkway. The way that it kind of has the sound, it's a bit Seth Rollinsy.
I reckon we could build the crowd.
Get a woe into it, mate.
To get the woes into it.
I reckon that will then
because like
get that entrance up.
I feel like half the crowd doesn't like metal, so they wouldn't know that song. But like that's what you do with that song.
Yeah.
You sing along to the guitar riff, and you woe to the guitar riff.
Just gotta do a bit more of this in the ring, Mikey. Get everybody conducting like Seth does.
Conduct on your way to the ring next time, and maybe we'll get it started.
Yeah, we'll try.
We'll help. We'll look for your cue as the conductor man, and we'll start. But this is a great match. Absolutely fantastic competitors. We did have a lovely surprise.
Well, before we got to surprise, obviously Josh gets involved as he does, grabbing his ankles
Josh
and
got
getting around, and then
ejected. He's out of there. Get out of here.
So we were like, okay, now we've got a clean 1-on-1, but then someone comes running out in Bronson United gear.
Yeah. Someone unfamiliar to most Slam people, but we have had prior exposure to the one and only Robbie Thorpe.
Yes.
Who I have seen previously, and I saw him sporting the Bronson United gear. And I thought it's just a matter of time until he comes home to Slam.
Two English hooligans teaming up together.
And he's an absolute unit too.
Oh, right, Lizard as well.
As soon as he came out, I was like, holy moly. Towers over everyone. And he helped Vinny secure the victory over Mikey Broderick.
Yeah. Which I didn't
see that coming at all.
Vinny needed a win. Good on you, Vinny. However you get there, well done. Obviously, needing to make Bronson United bigger and better. Good choice.
He always said big things coming for Bronson United in 2025.
Yeah. I mean, replacing Josh would be the way I'd start with it. But, you know, Robbie's a good second choice.
If you need me.
Would you fit into one of those hooligan tracksuits?
I'm slimming down a little bit.
I could, you know what?
I reckon
you would rock a full tracksuit. I could see you doing it.
I'd look good while doing it too.
Of course you would.
Let me know where you get those outfits from, and I'll get one.
Me and Slam will hang out somewhere else.
Yeah, you have fun with that. I'll be backup security for you.
Her service. No, not Secret Hervis. That's not quite what we can do.
Wrong promotion. Moving on to our tag team title bout for the night. The King's Court against the Dropouts.
We're not worthy.
We are not worthy, but also we like to... It was... I was going back and forth between cheering both teams the entire match. I couldn't flat out pick one. I'm sorry, guys.
No, I love this match. The fact that you had the King's Court, who should be champions if the board of directors weren't as terrible as they are and stripping them of their titles that they did not deserve to happen. And then you could have had them against the Dropouts for the titles, and then it'd be every good, and then the Dropouts would win because we love Scotty and the Tuckman. But then it'd be fair. But like, I still have that sympathy spot because King's Court had these unfairly taken away from them, and I feel like they're
unjust,
and they've been chasing underdogs ever since. And some people at Slam don't like that.
They're not so sweet though.
No, they are not. They are tremendous though, so that's fair.
Very tremendous.
Look, great match. I love, and I think we've said this for a while, that Tuckman, mate, you are the king of the hot tag.
Oh.
I think it was at a PW event we were at last year, the one at the Mounties, where it was switched around, and I think Scotty got the hot tag instead of Tucky. And that match was obviously thrown off because Jess hurt her ankle and that, through the dimensions of that the 6-person tag off. But these two boys are so good. If you don't follow Tuckman and Scotty on Instagram, please go and do it.
Some of the content they put out, it's us to shame.
Tuckerman's stuff about his life in the day of an Aussie wrestler and how he wants to get to WWE. Please support that man.
Yeah, he absolutely deserves it. Scott Green and his whole family asking about wrestling and like, so does it hurt? And he just comes in from angles on the camera. It's hilarious. I love the content you boys put out.
Yeah. We love the dropouts. We also love King's Court. Matt Hayter obviously is very well known across the country, and obviously Vance is starting to get up on that level.
Matt Hayter was actually just overseas training with Natty and TJ in the Hard Dungeon.
He was. Yeah, which is awesome.
It's huge.
I think we have to put props to Vance. Starting to get much better in and out of the ring.
Yeah, absolutely.
From someone that has sometimes been relegated to the merch stand for being a bad boy, to actually now be wrestling. Good job.
You've done well, man.
And look, this match, apart from everything they did in this match with all the little tag team movements and stuff, but building to that hot tag, the way that both of these teams did it, so that you kept on going for it, and then just as you're about to get the hot tag to
pulled off the apron.
It was gone. It was really, really well done. And these guys are professionals at this tag team stuff. And I think as much as the singles matches so far throughout the night had all been very, very good.
Yeah.
Tag wrestling locally, I think, is what gets most of the crowd involved, because you can have the person on the apron doing this and getting everybody involved, or telling everyone you're not worthy. And so you've always got interaction with the crowd whilst someone's wrestling.
Yeah.
And you build to the hot tag. And these guys, these four, just did it superbly.
And that's a really good thing about the fact that it was both of these teams for the tag titles, because they both have really good crowd engagement.
Yep.
We've got the dirt and we've got the we're not worthy stuff. So
and bow to your king.
And just the whole crowd doing both simultaneously. It worked wonders. It really breeds a fantastic atmosphere to be in. Matthew Hayter ended up hitting King Vance accidentally, but it cost them the victory.
What a super kick.
Pow. Bam. Done. Dropouts retain their tag team championships.
I like the finish. I like the finish too.
It was a good finish.
Because it's is it not a reverse Death Valley driver? Is it? Because they're on the shoulders and they're upside down F5 them.
It's
right? What do you call it, boys? Just tell us.
It's an attitude adjustment. It's a double attitude adjustment.
No, but isn't it the other way around? Because the attitude adjustment, they're like this and they land on their back. The dropouts do it so that they're on the back and they land on the face. So it's more a KOD from Bianca.
Right. Yep, gotcha.
Yeah? I'm pretty sure it is.
Let us know the name down below in the comments, and we'll correct ourselves next time. Dropouts retain the tag titles, and we move on to the intermission. But after, we get the only women's match of the night, featuring two amazing competitors, Frankie B and Kingsley. We've got the great Backslide Girls performance.
Unbelievable chicken. Awesome chips. Kingsley, I hope you get that reference by now.
If you don't, just look up Kingsley's. It's a Canberra fried chicken chain.
It's very good.
Can you please, I'm giving you a creative idea, get some gear that has the Kingsley's yellow, red, and white wavy pattern on it.
Or like the fries.
Yes.
Yeah.
And wear that to the ring.
Yeah. Or could you come out to the ring...
Make it as gear and wear it.
And throw chicken croquettes to the crowd, specifically to me, because I love them from Kingsley's. Just lob a croquette at me.
And it'll just go straight down the hatch.
Yeah. We can practice it if we need to. Oh, I'm absolutely down for that. Yeah. Great entrance. Massive shout out to Shay Cassidy. She fantastically made us
We have some down under the mat friendship bracelets. So
how cute.
Much love to you, Shay. We really appreciate it. We do want one for Dan's kid, Lockie, as well. So we'll touch base about that, and we'll see you next week in Brisbane.
Yeah, make a Fruit Loops one for him. You'll get that reference.
That's genius. There you go. There's your idea. We'll slide in your DMs respectfully before this comes out, and we'll send you a message about it.
Yep. But obviously, I think I saw some stuff on Instagram before with Kingsley in that training in Sydney, and then Frankie B went into the training session. They kept turning the lights off in the gym for it.
I booked this training session.
Yeah. Great chemistry between the two girls. Very good match. Obviously, Shay kept interrupting, which is what a good partner would do to make sure that your friend wins the match.
Absolutely.
Until the referee tried to throw him out. And then Frankie with a nice sliding drop kick bang,
Took them both out.
straight out into the thing. And then we just brought on the outside till a 10 count. And then
double count it.
we booed the crap out of the ref.
Sorry, ref, but sometimes you have to have a little, what's the word? Discretion. A little discretion. Let the match continue. But I'm really happy with
Let them fight.
Let them fight chance. And they continued brawling back in the ring, up the ramp as well. So I'm really excited to see where this is going to go from here. Because this isn't it for Frankie being Kingsley.
It's going for a triple threat match with Rita Stone, surely.
Oh, interesting.
Well, because this was supposed to be, I'm pretty sure, the number one contenders match. And if you've got a no contest, there is now no number one contender. So who
just
fights?
Put both of them in the match.
Yeah, who fights Rita Stone? Just
Genius. Book it. Give you permission. Take our ideas. Book it. Great match. Moving on to the main event of the evening, the Slam Rumble, and the winner gets a Slam World Championship opportunity.
Which is against Dan Archer, who retained his title at the start of the night.
Yeah. Do we want to run through the full list?
Yes. So we went through and...
Lots of photos.
Went through all my photos and videos from the night and put together the list of all the people that came into the match.
We do have it in chronological order.
I think we've got the order right.
As close as possible. So we'll go from 1 through to 20. Ben Braxton from PWA.
And Newey Pro Wrestling Champion. Yes. And a lot of places. Ben is phenomenal. Although this is the first time he's been in entranced into a match other than the Battle Royal at the AIS. And number 2 was Aaron Jake, also from PWA, who just dropped the tag titles to Shay Cassidy.
Former
Suck it.
PWA Tag Team Champions.
Suck it.
How do you like that?
Both of these guys are very talented in ring. I'm a huge fan of Ben Braxton. I think he has so much talent, and like his finishing move is what Austin Theory uses. I don't know who did it first, but I've seen Austin Theory do that same sort of weird, overly convoluted, it's like suplex.
I can't even begin to describe it because the first time I ever saw Austin Theory do it, I was just like, what in the holy hell did I just say?
But that's great. My comment to this was that the Slam locals did not know Aaron or Ben. Yeah. And to start your Rumble off without a known commodity, I guess, to the local people, probably let the crowd be a bit flat because they didn't know of those two who was the face, who was the heel. Yeah. It's very clear it was Aaron Jake with the way that he was started acting straight away. Yeah. But I would have probably started with a Slam local.
Yep. Or even swapping positions 3 and 1 around because Lee Morrow was number 3.
Yep.
He's been around a lot. Slam crowd's very familiar with them. We then had Jimmy Townsend come in.
Yep. My pick to win the Rumble, Jimmy Townsend. He faced Grayson last year. He's
on the rise. He's a hot commodity right now. He was number 2 on Pro Wrestling Down Under top 80.
He's number 2.
Yeah, he was just behind Dan Archer. So
okay.
If you don't know who Jimmy Townsend is,
look.
Surely you should. Joker and the Thief, mate. You got to love that tag team. Next, the first Slam competitor. One in the chambers, our mate Randy Chambers. Love to see it. We had the North Shore Wankers come out next. So we had Anthony Kiedis and then Sam Osborne. Another Slam native.
Yep.
Genghis Kong. Very familiar with the Slam locals.
The first person sadly eliminated from the Rumble was our boy Randy Chambers by the North Shore Wankers. So that sucks. Hopefully Randy can get some retribution with a tag match or something against them in an upcoming card.
Deserves his revenge.
And I will also say
about half of the card.
Yeah, getting people in there now. Yeah. And it's starting to fill up, and I think it's quite good. The Rumble was set well. The timing was good. The pacing was good. Yep. We were on the opposite side. We were behind the screen, so we didn't get to see the entrances a lot. But thankfully, we knew most of these guys and their music and stuff, so we could tell. They haven't been deaf rebelled like WWE stars were. Because like when Finn Balor's music hit in the Royal Rumble, I had no idea who it was. Whereas this, I was like, oh, it's Randy Chambers.
65,000 people didn't know who it was. I didn't even know who it was. Moving on. Very popular in Rumbles in Canberra. Ricky South. He's won a couple of them.
Weak Gutted Dog. He's gone for back-to-back Rumbles in this.
He was. Next, Caveman Ugg.
Ugg.
I think it's been a while since we've seen Caveman Ugg. Ugg.
I didn't look like I will give full credit to Ugg. Like we met him a few times in some of the other Slam shows. Great bloke. I didn't realize that he was wrestling back in like New Japan against like Brody King years ago.
We need to go find that match.
I want to go watch that match.
Because you found a clip of it yesterday after we got
It's on Ugg's Insta. That's where I saw it. So I need to go watch that match with him and Brody King because that I reckon would be sick.
That would be an absolute killer of a match. We had Robbie Thorpe come out next.
Bronson United. Yep.
Followed by Hugh Booty. And then Mr. Who Is That Guy, Rocky Menero.
Yep. So at this point, I think Jimmy had been thrown out.
Yeah.
So my pick was gone. And I was like, oh, damn. Well, then maybe they're going to run back Hugh Booty and Dan Archer. And Hugh wins. Because it's got to be a face, right? You got to give Dan a big face to go against because he's such a good heel champion. Who's going to win this? And I was looking at the people that were in the ring and I was like, there's not a lot of big prominent faces right now. So I think maybe it's going to be Hugh Booty.
Yeah.
Until some more people came in.
Yes, more people like Skull. Big crowd favourite in Canberra.
Love him. And the way that obviously he skulls as he comes to the ring. And then him and Genghis are tagged, or they have tagged before at some of the Reload events.
They've got an understanding with each other.
They do. And then they've
fought in the past, but...
fought
in the past, but they've got a mutual
They've got
understanding.
respect.
Yeah, they've got respect. We then had Vinnie Bronson make another appearance.
To save Robbie
Thorpe. Yep. We had Mikey Broderick come out for revenge afterwards and eliminated both Robbie Thorpe and Vinnie Bronson from the Rumble, getting some retribution.
That was a very CM Punk spot of him, actually. Just both of them over.
Done. Matthew Hayter came out next, looking very dishevelled and unhappy and sore from his tag team match earlier.
He was not worthy to win the titles, and now is his chance to win the Rumble and get a single shot, maybe.
Yep. We had the beast from the deep himself, Slamoo! Ooh.
This entrance of his is fantastic, but the fact that when he got in the ring
with the bucket, and the sound when he was hitting people over the head,
everybody just clocked all of them.
Loved it.
That was fantastic. And then when you've got because he was nearly throwing out
Matthew Hayter,
and then the next person in
King Vance, come to
protect his lord,
protect his cousin, and they eliminated Slamoo.
Very gently.
King's Court.
Did it so professionally. So well done.
Just them two. They didn't get help from anyone.
They
don't need help.
Yeah, that's right. The King's Court, they don't need anyone's help. Not from peasants, anyway.
And the last competitor for this Rumble, Luke Watts, the hope from the top rope. He's back.
Change of trunks. Back into the ring.
Change of trunks. Back in the ring. The final three, I think it was Luke, Ricky South, and Caveman Ugg.
Yes.
And it was from there. You were like, are we going to run it back to Luke and Dan?
Is Ricky South going to win back-to-back Rumbles?
He could potentially.
Is Ugg, who was getting massive crowd cheering throughout this whole thing, like there was some big power spots from Ugg in this Rumble. Yeah. And everyone was behind him too. So who could it be? Luke got eliminated by Ricky.
So it was Ricky and Caveman Ugg. And they fought all over that ring. They fought out onto the apron as well. So very precarious positions.
I filmed the end of the Rumble, so I might pop that up on our TikTok and our Instagram later in the week, the last 2 minutes or so of the match, because it was very good. Like there was they did a lot of the teasing spots that you normally get from a Rumble where you're like, oh, is he going to fall? A couple of people skipping the cat.
That was kind of familiar. I just can't put my finger on it.
Oh, it was very familiar.
Very familiar. You'll see it when the video gets uploaded and you'll go, oh, that's it. I think that's what they're doing.
We'll talk it through. So if you remember watching the WWE Royal Rumble that occurred just a week or so ago.
Yeah.
John Cena. Jey Uso on his shoulders, on the apron, ready to AA him. Jey slips back inside and then just pushes John, and John is out.
I'm eliminated.
Now, in this Rumble, we may have had a chat to Ugg, and Ugg
didn't know what we were talking about.
Had no clue what we were talking about. Absolutely no idea. There was a spot where he had Ricky up for a powerbomb, I believe. Ricky just flipped through, landed back in the ring, shoved Ugg, and Ugg just held on the ropes. Like, oh, I'm not falling. That'd be silly. Why would just pushing someone like that end a Royal Rumble? That's a stupid spot. Isn't it? Isn't it WWE?
It's a very interesting way to have a near elimination in the Rumble. And then the way that Caveman Ugg eliminated Ricky South with a huge missile drop kick.
Yep.
To secure the victory, to face Dan Archer at the next Slam.
Get rid of the weak-gutted dog.
He almost got his back-to-back Rumbles, but He's on to bigger and better things.
And I think
he's doing well in other promotions at the moment.
Poetic that this happened, because if you follow the independent scene in Australia down at MCW, just in December, I believe it was, UGG beat Slex for the MCW title.
Yes.
And was just a champion and was going to hold his title up in the ring, and then he got attacked from behind by Ricky South and cashed in on and lost the title. So I think there's a little bit of resentment there between UGG and Ricky, and this just adds to that feud. I love to see it.
I got a little bit of payback there.
Yep.
I feel that's because the next MCW show is coming up in a few weeks.
Yeah, okay. We'll have to keep an eye on that on YouTube.
And it's Caveman versus Ricky versus... It's Triple Threat. I can't remember who the other guy is.
Okay. We'll keep an eye out for it.
Going to be a great match by the looks of it. But yeah, little redemption for Caveman UGG against Ricky South.
Put UGG.
Yes. We got UGG.
The winner, front and centre.
Oh, UGG doesn't have a mug.
Oh, you should get an UGG mug.
We need a furry UGG mug. Genius.
That's a great idea.
Love it. Absolutely love it. Dan Archer then came out and confronted Caveman UGG after securing the victory in the Rumble.
Mm-hmm.
Bit of a face-to-face, and then Dan tried to attack Caveman UGG from behind. Didn't get very far. And then Caveman UGG, vicious pile driver.
Yeah.
Not a Archer's Paradox tombstone type pile driver.
Not a package pile driver, just a straight up bang.
Pile driver. Bam, done. And I was pretty concerned for Dan. He was just out.
I didn't see him
and
for the rest of the night.
Twitching. We didn't see him.
He didn't come out and sign merch. He wasn't talking to everyone. Like, he must have been taken to a local medical facility.
Yeah.
Like, he copped that power.
Speed recovery to Dan Archer.
Hopefully
he's okay.
Ready for the next match.
Yeah, which is March 29th.
Yes.
Back again at the UC Refectory. Really liking that setup they've got at the Refectory there.
Are we going to go balcony again?
If we get there earlier.
Yeah, we
were standing behind like the structure where the lights were in the camera, so it was kind of like we were looking between gaps.
Or for those short, like us that are short, straight underneath the lights anyway, so it's fine.
I was fine. I liked it up there. I really liked the view.
The lights weren't shining off the back of your head and blinding me. It's because you're bald, Reece. That was a joke.
I get that, but they weren't shining on my head.
I know, I'm saying at least it wasn't, because if it was, I couldn't see anything.
I thought you said they were, and I was like, when did that happen?
No.
I don't recall that ever happening. Wrap it up there.
Look, I think overall, great event.
Yeah.
All top quality matches. I think the tag team match was probably my highlight. Again, for the crowd interaction and getting everybody involved. The Rumble was fantastic. The right mix of people in there, local and the rest of Australia independent wrestling. I think Slam is doing a fantastic job of building this up. And if they can keep doing like events every 2 months or so, sort of like, 8 weeks, 6 to 8 weeks sort of thing, I think they're going to keep growing and building. And they're one of the bigger or faster growing promotions in Australia at the moment. Guys like PWA, MCW, Riot Wrestling, all that sort of stuff have been around a lot longer than Slam, because Slam's only 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah.
So fantastic promotion and the way that they're continuing to grow.
Yeah.
I think
quick
that
growth as well, which is really good to see.
If we can get some promos and a bit more character work from the people at the shows, so that you can sort of get the live crowd to interact with that, bit of mic work and stuff. Yeah. I think that the sky is the ceiling for where this.
That was one thing we were talking about last night, was that sometimes people just come to the wrestling because it's something to do on a night out and it's something fun. They might not necessarily follow it all the time. So having that ability for out of towners to quickly cut a promo, let them know that they're a face or a heel, get more crowd involvement, and people will come back more and more and more every time.
Yep, absolutely. And I mean, even we can talk about the post event. Everyone's selling their merch and stuff. Go and support local wrestlers.
Absolutely.
They obviously.
Why do you think we have so much stuff from the
a lot of what the local wrestlers make in their business is from their merch sales and all that sort of stuff. So make sure the more merch that they can sell, the better it is for them. The more merch they sell, the more often they get booked, and they'll come back and you can watch them wrestle again. So support local wrestling. And doesn't matter where they are, if it is, if it shows here, if it's in Newcastle, if you're going to AEW next weekend, there's the Australian Super Show the night before.
Yep, there's the Rock and Roll Wrestling on the same night. So there's a clash there at the Caxton. And then there's New Japan Pro Wrestling Tamashii on the Sunday.
Yep.
Just like a wealth of Australian talent will be in Brisbane for this. And if you are going to be there, you will see a lot of people that you know.
Yep.
You might see these ugly mugs as well.
And then you might also pick up, some person that you haven't seen before. It might be Jesse Lambert or somebody that's from ECW in Perth that you EPW, sorry, in Perth. That you might not see. You go check out their events on YouTube. You can go watch, like we said, the UG and Slex match and stuff from MCW is on their YouTube, and the whole event you and I watched. Was it you and I? Me and Greg watched the PWA event the other week, the drag race.
No, I haven't watched that yet.
Who did I watch it with?
Luke.
Oh, it was my brother. It was Editor Luke.
Yeah. You were in Sydney.
Because it was here. We watched it on YouTube.
Because something happened last week.
You were busy doing something. Whatever.
You're busy.
Oh, look at me.
Okay, well done.
That's not very nice.
That was a little rude. That was a little rude.
But that event was a live streaming from PWA straight on YouTube. So even if you can't get out to go and see independent and local wrestling across Australia, make sure you like it on YouTube, subscribe, leave comments on their streams. They love to see it. Same with us. Like, subscribe, comment. The more support you can get for independent and local wrestling in Australia, the bigger and better it gets.
Yeah, and the more fun that we get to have seeing everyone.
Yep, absolutely.
Because it's great to see everyone jump around between all the different promotions on the East Coast and jump from east to west as well.
Yeah, it was like last year when we went over to Elimination Chamber. Everyone sort of came over there and there was a super show over at EPW. So same thing's happening this year in Brisbane. Who knows if WWE comes back at some point this year, which we're fingers crossed hoping they do for at least a house show run so we can see John Cena.
Yeah.
I'm sure there'll be local shows.
But we can't. We can't.
Are you talking about that the figure that's
the Mattel figure?
Yeah.
Hilarious.
But yeah, 100% get involved. Go and watch this once Slam puts this up on YouTube. Go and watch the event because it was definitely worth watching. Some really good matches and the Rumble itself was super fun.
Yeah, absolutely. On that note, we will wrap it up there. Thank you for tuning in for our Slam Pro Wrestling League review. We will see you next time, March 29th.
Yes.
UC Refectory for Slam. Ugh. Sorry, Dan.
Ugh. Not sorry, Dan.
Thank you for tuning in. We have been Dan Danielson, Reecey. This has been Down Under the Mat. We'll see you next time.